Happy Easter. Start with that. Yeah.
John Rhys, can you just talk about the quarterback competition this spring? How do you feel you fared? And also, I think a lot of people thought, hey, this guy's just a running quarterback. But I mean, you, as Mikey just said, you were slinging it around today.
Start with the quarterback competition. It's been really good. It's been really fun to get to know Mikey and get to know Coach Lindsey and Coach Malzahn and Tommy and Parker and Joey when he was in there. It's been a really fun spring. Learned a lot from Mikey and Coach Lindsey and Coach Malzahn. There's obviously great offensive minds, and when you put them all together, you kind of get something that's pretty special, you know. And so to be able to be in those rooms with those guys, it's really special. And it's been a lot of fun. I think. I'll disagree with what people have to say.
Did you sense that that's what people thought about you? Or?
Yeah, people always got their opinions, and they're entitled to their opinions, but I choose to believe mine instead.
You had the performance today that looked, I was impressed with how you threw the ball. You had a couple nice long touchdown passes. How do you feel you moved today?
When you got guys that can make plays, it makes it easy on you. You know, Coach Lindsey always says is the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the quarterback get praised heavily and then get torn down heavily as well. And so when you got a guy like Flash that can run over middle and run a deep post and be wide open, you can just basically kick it to the guy. You know what I mean? It makes it easy on you. And everybody loves to praise up the quarterback, the head coach, and the OC, but you don't see a lot of the stuff that the guys up front are doing to pro it up, to give you time to do it, and then Flash and JG and Kobe being able to run past people and make it easy on you.
John, you basically just arrived here, to start practicing with the team in the spring, and now that we've been through, up here to this point, to the spring game, got to ask whether it's, from something you've been watching from Mikey or some sort of wisdom you got from Coach Malzahn, is there anything in particular you've learned since you've gotten here that you've kind of applied to some of your success today, for example?
Big in protections. I didn't really have a full grasp on protections right when I got here, and obviously there's a lot of rust that comes with it too because I haven't done it in a year. But the protection piece of it has really been something that I've been able to make a big leap in, and it's something that has been rewarding as well. When you know you're protected, you can stand back there all day, and those guys up front do a good job proing it up. And so I would say protections. I feel like that's what I've gotten probably the most better at.
John, was there a moment in this spring where maybe things clicked for you? Obviously, you're coming in, full-time quarterback again, new system, new offense. Was there a moment? Did it take a week or so, or when did things start to click?
My heart's always been a quarterback, and so when I got the opportunity to do it again, I just kind of ran with it. That's what I want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do as a kid, and so given the opportunity, I would say the opportunity itself is what helped me click to get back in doing what I love, and so I feel like it's how I feel.
John, you were you didn't play quarterback last year, but was that an opportunity for you to maybe step back and look at the position and kind of see some things and grow a little bit? Would you ever take something from that?
Yeah,
Maybe that you're taking with you right now.
for sure. Obviously, being able to be in the offense with Coach Kiffin and Coach Levy there, you learn a lot of stuff, really good offensive minds. And Matt Corral is a really good quarterback, and so you get to watch him, how he goes about his business. And it's been something that I could learn from, watching the things that he did, and then getting here and watching film about Mikey and taking advice from Coach Malzahn and Coach Lindsey. You kind of get molded like a piece of clay a little bit, and you kind of get shown as the final product. But the molding of everything else that put together is kind of what gets you there.
Jumping into this offense with Gus, how much do you like it, and how good can you guys be when you look at the talent around you?
I love the offense. It's really awesome. It's I think people know Gus Malzahn has a really good offense, so don't really need to go into it that much there because I think everybody knows that he definitely is a really good offensive mind. With the talent and the pieces that we have, I feel like we're going to score a lot of points. That's all I can say about it. I know that we have the talent in the bodies and the personnel to do really, really big things. It's just about execution.
John Rhys, you said how you want to play quarterback. You feel like you have something to improve. UCF also similarly feels like they have something to improve. Do you feel like your vibes, for lack of a better word, match the vibes of the program?
Yeah, I feel like anything you do, I think you do it best when you have a chip on your shoulder, and so to be able to carry a chip on my shoulder is something that I've always kind of strive to do, and don't ever lose the chip on your shoulder no matter where you're at. And to be here at UCF where the feeling is matched, there's a chip on your shoulder to be the best team that we can be, to prove everybody that we are contenders. And so I'm really excited to do that.
How fast are you?
Everybody likes to say that. Everybody likes to say I'm moving pretty quick. I like to run fast when the big guys are chasing me. I feel like that's when I feel like I run the fastest, when the big scary guys are chasing me.
What's your best 40 time?
I haven't run a 40 in a long time. I ran a 40 when I was getting recruited out of high school, and I was back when I was skinny, and I was probably a little shorter then. And it was a 4.39 on a hand time, but that could be anything, I mean, somebody could have sneezed and hit the timer. But if I had to throw a number at you, that was way back when. So whatever it looks like now, I'm unsure.
What are you thinking when you get to a program like this? And you see them, the way they do things like today, having the special jerseys with the code on the back. I mean, what's kind of going through your mind when you go to a program and you see that kind of thing?
Really neat. Like it is very apparent that we are doing stuff here that is not happening anywhere else. I think Mikey said it, the future of college football. I mean, that hits it. They say it all the time, but it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to actually do it. And so nobody's ever done that. Nobody's even ever thought of that. And now that they're putting us in a position where, hey, this is this guy's not only number, his last name, but this is his how you can get in contact with him, how you can follow him, and it's really cool to see how they are putting us players on a platform where people can get a hold of us. It's really neat.
You mentioned those big guys chasing you, the defense. As a quarterback, you have a unique perspective in practice watching the defense. How do you feel like they've evolved from the beginning of the spring to now, and what kind of development have you seen from your position?
I feel like that we got some dudes over there for sure. Obviously, Jeremiah is one that obviously pops out. There's a couple times where I've gotten out of the pocket, and a lot of times guys have the angle on me, and I can usually outrun the angle. But Jeremiah is always right there in my back hip, and so to see him be able to make plays like he's making, run the defense over there, it's really cool to see. As far as the D linemen and the DBs, we've got dudes all over the place, and so. It's been really cool to as we install, we put in stuff, they install as well. And so you come out thinking you know what they're going to do, and they have a completely different install, and they get you on some stuff. But overall, we've got some really good dudes over there that are definitely going to make some plays.
You're competing head-to-head with Mikey. You guys get in the quarterback room and watch the film afterwards. So when you look at Mikey, what impresses you the most about his game?
So he's last year he was the guy, right? So he had to do it. He was throwing the fire. But at the same time, he's still a young guy, right? And so you get in, and I really didn't know what to expect, right when I got here. But football knowledge, he has a lot more than I thought he was going to have. That's not a slight to him in any way, but he's a really smart guy. Obviously can throw the ball really, really well. And I think this year in the spring, he's done a lot better at extending plays with his feet. I don't know if y'all have gotten to see it as much because you couldn't be out there in the practices where they're locked up. But he's done a really good job of extending plays with his feet. That is a compliment, I would say. I appreciate it. That's fun to think that your teammates think of you like that. But I feel the same way about him. He caught a couple of screens today that I didn't really think were going to go anywhere. Then all of a sudden he's sticking his foot in the ground and going north and south and getting 35 at a time. And so to see guys do that, it makes it easy just to be like, here, you can have it, and just let them run. You know what I mean?
So this puts a wrap on spring. The next game you're going to play is going to be a real game inside the Bounce House. How exciting is that for you as you look to the summer, and the season will be here before you know it? You got to be really excited.
Yeah, I'm pumped up. You obviously you hear about what the Bounce House is like and what the home field advantage is here, and it's something that I can't wait to experience. You hear about people literally. It was called the Bounce House, and I was like, oh, that's a cool name, but people actually say people jump up and down in there, and so I was like, okay, I can't wait to experience something like that. I think it's pretty special, and so ready to experience it for sure. Awesome. Thanks, guys. God bless.